Shock Talk with Bloom & Steel.
Welcome. We're media scientists, and it's Thursday, February the 11th, 2010, Godhead year. And we're here to update consciousness and scrape the bullshit off the truth, where the reality check news, the civilian news. What else are we?
Civilian news for the masses.
For the masses,
scrape
yeah.
the bullshit off the truth and to expose the state secrets.
We're counting down 6,000 years in 60 minutes as time is speeding up. And Medusa's mirror is only a reflection in time. No, you're not taking that away.
You don't need those things.
Go away.
Go without the notes.
Those popish persons.
You don't need your notes.
Well, you have notes.
No, I don't have
yes,
notes.
Yes, you do. You have books of notes.
So we're here
Anyways,
to scrape the bullshit off the truth.
yeah.
Let's just have some fun tonight, Mrs. Steele.
Okay,
and you can
I'd love to
forget
have
all
some
this
fun.
stuff.
Yes, so
You don't
I'll
need
take
any
all
of
your
that
stuff away too.
So here's the bottom line. We're standing on the shoulders of giants. If you haven't listened to this show before, of course, we have the John F. Kennedy Secret Society speech that people should listen to, and that's at our Facebook sites. Right,
Well,
Mrs. Steele?
You know what? There's JFK. We've got Eric Phelps, who is just phenomenal. We've got a Dave Emery clip tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, you did mention Mae Russell, Sherman Skolnick. I mean, he's just great. And there's so many of them, just so many of them.
Yeah, Marshall McLuhan said he was in a bloody rage that the arts and sciences were in this, the pockets of the secret societies, and he named them the Gnostics, the Rosicrucians, the
Freemasons.
and Popery.
And those, you mean those popish persons?
So we're standing on the
Yeah.
shoulders of giants when we start off and talk about the state secrets that the ruling elite hope you don't learn. It's after 9 o'clock. The owners of the system have gone to sleep, and we're coming out to play.
Let's play and let's bare our minds. And you know what, Lenny?
Yeah.
It's time to speak dreadies.
Yeah, Dreddies.
Let's speak some dreadies.
Well, that was a good
Yeah.
opening. I like the opening that you chose tonight, Mrs. Steele. It's sort of one of our submarines is missing, and the goodbye to the Empire, and certainly Jacob's trouble, which is a biblical term, a prophetic term. We're at the early stages of Jacob's trouble, and you can see that sticking out in that in Thomas Dolby's piece there.
Absolutely. I mean, Thomas Dolby is just amazing. He's so ahead of his time. And yeah, I think it's very evident. And there was a lot of that Marshall McLuhan-esque feel in it, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah.
In the video. And that one's from one of his albums. And of course, we use the music from One of Your Submarines is Missing.
Yeah.
So it's Goodbye, World Empire, Goodbye.
Yes,
And that's where we're at now. So we're at the beginning of the 6,000 years. And
The beginning?
well, we're into the 6,000 years. You know what I mean. The
Well, not at
beginning
the
of
beginning.
the end. We're at the
Or at the
beginning of
end
the
of the-
millennium.
End of the 6,000
We're
years.
at the age of Aquarius. Come on, Lenny.
No, the end of the 6,000 years.
Well, I know
Yeah.
that. And remember what we were talking about? The world is ruled by 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they're all insane.
That's right.
The evil and the realist kooks.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
Now, just I guess to pick
Yeah.
up on old news, which is news that stays news, we don't want to forget, we'll just mention at the top, Cloak exclusive by Sherman Skolnick back in in 2005. Barbara Olson lives. She's still alive, and they still, the liars and whores of the media have still forgotten about her.
and her lawyer husband is still around doing his stuff, isn't he?
Yes.
She doesn't want to come home to see him. So
Ted
she's,
Olson.
She's staying in Europe.
If some really good journalist decided to want to follow Ted Olson around, Theodore B. Olson,
B. Olson?
yeah, and he'll take a trip to Spain or Paraguay or somewhere. You will find out where Barbara Olson
Oh,
is.
sure. I mean, if somebody, would that be a good job to do? He could be a great sleuth doing that.
Okay, so let's get into...
So what happened this week?
A
Lots
very
of stuff.
exciting week.
Yeah.
Very exciting week. First of all, I want to say this, that we've played an interview. I'll pull it out while I have a chance as to what month it was, but Eustace Mullins passed away.
He did. He did.
Do you remember the date that we interviewed Mullins?
Oh, that would have been maybe about 8 months ago, do you think?
I don't know.
I
I'll
think it might
find
have been about 8 months ago, but he was a journalist that worked for the Vatican, didn't he? I mean, didn't he?
No, he didn't work for the Vatican.
He wrote a lot of articles about the Vatican.
Well, he basically, his famous book is about is not the Vatican, but he was the one who went into the prison to see Ezra Pound, and he worked with Ezra Pound on exposing the Federal Reserve System, and found out and discovered from Pound that
I
the
know that at St. Elizabeth's Psychiatric Hospital. I
Right.
know he did. And
Not a
Ezra-
prison, but
well, it was a
prison,
psychiatric
yeah.
hospital, and he told him to go and find out more about the Federal Reserve, which he did.
Right.
And he was able to write a book about
Yeah,
it, and that's how we found out all the
The
details.
Federal Reserve conspiracy.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I interviewed him with Sherman Skolnick a number of times, and I don't see the exact date that we aired that again, but we'll
It was a while ago, but people can
People
go
can
to
go
the
through
archives,
the archives.
and look it up themselves. It's all there. Yep.
cloakanddagger.ca or cloakanddagger.de, and they can go and find that interview with myself, Sherman Skolnick, and the great Eustace Mullins. I don't see it here. We'll post it. We'll post it on the description. I don't have it in
Well,
this
you know what?
pile.
We've got to connect some dots here. There's
So
a lot of dot
this week.
connecting going
Let's
on.
go through some news stories that were of interest. First of all, we should pat
Yep.
ourselves on the back.
Yep.
Last week and 2 weeks ago, we said that the Haiti harpaquake took out the Tesla Shield
Yep. Mm-hmm.
installation that was in Haiti.
And we had
And-
Snowmageddon.
And we said, be careful and watch out for the next eco-terrorist attack. And we had Snowmageddon this week.
We did.
And nobody but us, I don't know anyone else who's pointing out, we should coin the term tonight. I called it, and I don't like the term, I called it off the top of my head, harpaflakes.
Harpa Flakes, I love it.
But do you like that?
yeah, I kind of like
I mean,
Harpa Flakes.
that's like meteor or meteorites. The things coming
Harpaflakes.
down are harpaflakes.
I like it.
But a snowstorm would not be a what it would be a. Well, maybe we should ask our listeners to
Harpa Freeze.
join in and help us coin what the name is for a snowstorm created by HARP. But could you just put put that up there? There's our U.S. Defense Secretary William Cohen said that other terrorists are engaging in an eco-type of terrorism whereby they can alter the climate, set off earthquakes, volcanoes remotely through the use of electromagnetic waves. So
And that was way
we're
back in
standing up-
1997.
we're standing on the shoulders of giants once again here. We don't give our opinion on this show. We have no opinion. We take the technique of the suspended judgment and we go out and we talk to the insiders and the experts, and we'll talk a little bit later about some of the insiders who this
didn't-
week have been
Didn't Chavez
talking to me.
also say that the USA had used the weapons, the high-tech weapons, on the attack on Haiti? Isn't that what he said?
If they go to your
That's what he
Facebook and
said.
mine,